thought it was all just some gamesmanship, all in good fun, but they seem to be taking it a little bit more seriously. And I'm totally willing to let it all go, but I just wanted to explain that that's just what I've done for 12 years, and it's not like I'm out there trying to be problematic. I'm just trying to get ready for the football game, just like they are.
And look, we were at that Lions-Buccaneers game. There is an element of people going everywhere when you're down on the field before the game.
Yeah.
Before they all come out in uniform. When they come out in uniform, then it's more structured. And I asked the league about it yesterday because they made a big deal about it in October because there were some fights before games during warm-ups, and the league said that this was before the official pregame warm-up period when the 45-yard line is where everyone has to stay on each side. You got to stay within your 45. Now, There's an exception in the rule for punters and kickers, but I don't think the exception means you go all the way down and get in the middle of where the heart of the warm-ups are happening for the other team. It still doesn't make any sense why he was there with the balls and with that thing you use to practice field goals, because he's down near one end zone. He's not going to kick it 110 yards this way. He's not going to kick it 10 yards that way. He was stretching, and hey, maybe he has. I've got no reason to doubt him. But we talked about it yesterday. The Chiefs came into that game with a mindset of, we're going to mess with you before you can mess with us. And that's why it happened. They were just, it was the chip on the shoulder, which is the old, I dare you to knock it off.
Yeah.
I dare you to knock it off. Come knock it off. And so they were ready to poke a little bit. And we're going to take anything that happened as an affront to them. We're saying that Justin Tucker poked the bear. I think that they took the bear's hand and poked themselves with it.
Well, they certainly they were going to come in. Yeah, I mean, I think you said it right. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, they were looking for anything, but they knew who they were dealing with, so they were going to be ready to be chippy and not be bullied by the Ravens, which we've seen them do to everybody in football, including the 49ers. So they were ready for fight. They were ready to fight. And, I don't doubt, and you explained it right in that part of pregame warmups and all that, and I don't doubt that Justin Tucker is usually there, right, in that general vicinity. But it's on him to kind of wait, there's a group of guys that are really warming up, and they're on their side of the field. And you gotta get out of their way. And yeah, everybody works with each other in these little scenarios in the pregame warm-ups, right? But yeah, you're not on the right side of the field, and you're not kicking 10-yard field goals. That doesn't happen in the NFL. And I think even though he said this is what I usually do, I think he also showed that, no, he was kind of going a little bit farther than that. He said it was a little gamesmanship. What does he mean by that? I mean, yeah, he was trying to kind of, I'm going to be right here and be annoying, and that's what he was doing. So, they didn't take it lightly. And, of course, there's Mahomes kicking it. And this is my favorite part. He sets it. Watch. He's going to set it up. He sets it all up. And watch Mahomes. He's going to get it. He's going to turn around, and Mahomes picks it up as he turns around and throws it. I love it. It's perfect.
But that's the thing. Why are you setting it up on the goal line 10 yards from?
See, I think he was trying to instigate it a little bit.
Point
he
of
can
that?
say what he wants. Yeah. I think he was trying to just be a little annoying to them, and it got a little carried away or out of hand.
If you listen to the whole clip, I think the broader context, he suggests the gamesmanship was on their part. But regardless, they came in there with an attitude. And we've talked in the past about how the 49ers treated them on Christmas night. They were very deferential.
Right.
There was no chippiness.
It bothered me, right?
There was no attitude.
Right.
And look what happened in that game. I think that if you're going to have a chance, and every year is different, it may be a different strategy next year, but the point is the Chiefs knew that as to these Ravens, we have to out-bully the bullies. We have to rattle them, and they did. We have to get under their skin before they can get under our skin. And whoever came up with that is a genius because it worked.
Yeah, I think it's the one aspect that we continue, myself included, to disrespect about the Kansas City Chiefs. We look at it and we go, oh, their star player, he's kissing, Taylor Swift and giving her, and it's Mahomes, and he's on commercials, and he's making $70 million a year, right? I'm adding in commercials, prices into that and all that. But I think people look at that, and the one thing they forget, these are some badass mofos. They are. They love physicality. I don't know, you go into Baltimore and out Baltimore the Ravens in Baltimore, damn, you're the real deal. That 49er defense in that Super Bowl, like we've talked about, I mean, that was one of the greatest defenses we had seen over the last 15 or 20 years. And that run game they had that year and all that, they answered the bell there. Last year, you talk to most people in football, like you've heard me say, the Eagles were the most physically well-built team we had seen in quite some time. Around football, as far as the completeness, the size, the physicality. They answer the bell, no problem. That is one thing that I don't think they quite get the credit for. Their toughness and physicality that Andy Reid has kind of instilled in all of them.
The reality, too, is if you go back and watch the quarterback series on Netflix, when Max Crosby gets under his skin, some of the sound you hear from Mahomes during a game is very un-Mahomes-like, but that's what happens when you get him, when you poke the bear.
When it's go time.
And that's the thing. They were going to make sure that they self-poked themselves on Sunday. They were going to instigate it, and they were going to be the ones to find a way to enhance this notion that they're being disrespected because they are the underdogs in that game. And we may see some of the same stuff against the 49ers in 12 days. Who knows? Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.